Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We have the second of a best of 5 against HanDHun. This was in the Rookie Tournament Finals, and, well, he decided to take USA on Mudfight, so I did a counterpick of Finland Armored. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking at the time, but for this recording we also do have Rara with us today to give his commentary, his feedback. He doesn't know who wins. I have not told him any spoilers about this game other than who's bringing what. So Rara, you want to say hello?
Yo, yo, yo.
So, what
What's
were your
happening?
first thoughts when I told you I picked Finland Armored against USA?
Not much, but it's more of the fact that you said you counterpicked. I don't see Finland Armored as a counterpick to anything. I think like you lose the air recoils, you lose the KT. Yeah, it's just bad in general, I think. But I don't
Alright,
know.
well,
You said you'll see
we'll
how
have
it
to
plays
see
out.
how it goes too, because this was unexpected.
Yeah.
I expected Han to go for the
Unconventional. Yeah,
town,
you're right.
and he's going
Very
right through here.
unconventional.
Yeah, extremely so. And the thing that I like about Finland Armored, I'm not saying it's competitive, so don't read into it as that, is elite charioteers. For 15 points, these guys at elite is kind of just funny. Now, I had spikes. They were out of position to handle this because I wasn't expecting this, but we have lots of charioteers. We have some chaff here in BTRs, and I was a bit surprised. So my micro here is not exactly on point, but so that's what we're moving to do. And then, I guess more to your question, I was hoping to rely on the Pions, to rely on, in fact, the 120-point Paves as well, because they have the same gun as the T72M1 mod, and they're 120 points. So I thought they could take on probably everything short of an M1A2 reasonably well. And the thing is, tanks died of longbows, right? They died of longbows, and I wasn't expecting to get that much better longevity out of something like a true super heavy than I would out of something like a pave if a longbow really got a shot or two off. So that's sort of the thinking there. And then, you know, we have helicopter divers, like the 90-point helicopter diver for Finland that I quite enjoy using. And I just thought it had a interesting, somewhat eclectic toolkit that might come into my favor here. So another thing too is this tournament format's a little bit different from ranked and even from public lobbies where you don't know who you're going to play against. I play with Han relatively often. Well, we both sort of know a little bit about each other's playstyle, and so I was trying to throw him through a bit of a loop with this pick. And I was also trying to sort of take advantage of the fact that he seems to love these 65-point medium tanks, M1 Abrams and similar, and I've never quite understood why. So does that really go toward answering your question there a little bit?
No, not really. I feel like there's so many other things you could have counterpicked US with, but sure. I mean, so
Yeah.
far so good. But I do have something to say. Like, it looks like your M1 mod has shot 0 times. Yep, it hasn't shot a
Yep.
single time, and the opener is almost over. That's something that you should really work on. Like, you bought something for 165 points, and it has 0 value.
Yeah, you're right.
0.
Yeah, that's
You've gotten
entirely...
0 from the M1 mod.
In fact, we even
Um,
got walloped a little bit there by the M1A2. I think we traded a shot right at the end, but I had thought it was firing, and it wasn't, and that's a big... I mean, that's obviously a big
yeah.
issue. I
So
tend
I
to be a
think
little
at
bit
the start
scared.
when you had the advantage with the charioteers, you had like the firepower advantage. You should just stand outside of the smoke and then just keep shooting. Because
Hmm.
if his M1A2 wants to come out and shoot at your M1 mod, that means one more charioteer gets to survive per shot cycle.
Yeah, that's fair. And then they just put
So that
more
means you can
shots
dish out
down
more
range.
firepower. Like the charioteer is good right now in this situation, I think. Yeah, okay, now he brings out the longbow crutch, and I don't see any AA. Only one ITO 96, which is not enough. Like the
No, it's not.
you could have used your CC to take the town in the middle, but it got
No, I
chewed up
did.
by
Yeah, chewed up by
it got
a
chewed up
recon
by
hero.
a cobra because you didn't have any AA.
Here's the MiG
What do
though,
you call
MiG
this?
21 BIS,
Yeah,
and there it is.
yep, that's
Down
one
goes the
down.
longbow, and I think we actually get out as well. So Chaparral did land a hit there, second shot, and we do get
Yeah,
out. And yeah, so I really wanted to take this town with recon infantry because I was expecting something like riflemen coming later, and pushing into that is always unpleasant. So we also have the BTRs headed forward, and I think one of them was directed here, may not be. I think they might have also just been headed toward Anna. And I was just trying to figure out where I even wanted to go, right? So these Yakuri are just trying to get into the woods down here. So even though they're not recon infantry, they have some spotting ability. And I wanted to engage, but I mean, this is an M1A2, right? It has, what, 22 frontal armor? And I have 23 AP power on the gun. He had 4 strength left. I have 1 strength left. I lose that fight. Hard.
yeah.
So,
No, actually not really. If you're close enough range, if you can get one shot off of him, you TKO him.
Even from the smoke here to
Yep.
right about there? Really?
No, you just re-smoke and then go closer. Yeah, just
Yeah, I
re-smoke and go
suppose.
closer.
And I had the smoke right here. I was
Or
just
just
being...
hide in the smoke actually. Then when the smoke fades, oh, bye bye M18.
Ah,
Oh,
yes, I know. That
so
right there,
close.
that spike
Yeah.
missing is one of those, oh, that could have changed the entire game, right? That
I would have
M1A2 was gone.
repositioned your spike like way earlier. Like the spike in this forest in this position is really, really bad. Like I would have, yeah, I would have
Really?
repositioned it way earlier. Yeah.
What's so bad
Like you
about
see
right
where your
here?
puff of smoke. No, 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 no. The one that's like closer
Oh,
to
here.
the in the square. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have moved it down the ridge line
This was
instead.
called dive over here instead of original position to not get shot by everything coming
No,
down
yeah. So
here.
see where your smoke is landing now. I would have
Yeah.
just walked it through
He's
that.
going. He's
Yeah.
going. He's making his way downtown.
With 0 spikes left.
Yeah, I know, both of those, there's 0 spikes left, but we will get some supply going forward. I actually think I resupply both of these before too long. And then
Yeah, I
just what I
see like
had...
your M1 mod's been damaged for so long and you haven't called out a single supply truck yet. That's not ideal.
It is not ideal, that's true. And I actually debated during the game if I would have been better off just fast moving it back to the fob at this point.
I
Because
think you might have.
you might have actually gotten there, been healed
Because you
up, and
would
come
need
back in.
your supply trucks for the spikes anyway.
Right, right. So then the question is, where do you go? And this is sort of that opener. I think I killed a lot of stuff, and I didn't really know where to
Yep.
follow up after it because there was a Cobra here, there was some infantry here, that was making it tough. The M1A2 retreated into Feder, but because I didn't manage to take the town between Dimitri and Anna, I didn't feel comfortable pressing in, right? Because if I had something in here, if I had these CC that had made it up there, recon infantry, regular training, and all that stuff in here, then yeah, I'd be pushing up into this section of hedgerows. I would be pushing up into Anna from this side. You know, you resupply and fix the M1 mod, and then that dominates in here, right? So that was what I had wanted to do from that opener. It's just the death of a single unit right there made it so much harder, and just, man, so much regret.
Yeah. And I think that was a strategic mistake on your part. Like that push, that road that Han pushed through, it never works. Like what is he going to achieve by that? Is he going to get a foot in center? There's almost no cover in center and it's so close to your air spawn. You can bomb him out anytime. If you had just pushed and taken Dimitri and Anna, it's game over for Han. Like at most, you would, like where your CC is right now, at most he would have taken that square. But if you had taken your charioteers and killed all his spam, his M1A2 wouldn't dare advance if you had your spikes in the position it is right now.
Yeah,
But if
that's
you had
fair.
taken your opening Yakari and gone into the mid-town, secured Anna, that's it, GG. +2 tick, game over
Yeah,
for
no,
Han.
that's fair. So all the infantry that came over this way that just died to the M1A2 anyway
Yeah,
could
exactly.
have done
Should
so
just
much more.
reposition. All you need to
Um,
do was stall his push. You didn't even need to kill any of his high-value assets. Just stall his push,
Well,
and
but
then that's
that's
it.
a hard thing to
you have-
realize. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
reason this is the rookie tourney, right? Like
Yeah, and hindsight's 2020, isn't it? So
exactly, exactly. Now, what I will say too is,
Yep.
his opener had more than just that to it, and we'll see that in a little bit. So keep
Yep.
that in mind as well. I mean, when I look through this replay from the neutral perspective and then from Han's perspective, I was frankly taken aback. I mean, I thought that was an all-in down the center, and
okay.
it wasn't quite, right? So there are a
Right.
couple assets in other places. It's just a matter of what they are, how effective they...
I think you buying stuff for the left side, there's like absolutely no use to push into Fedor.
But I like
There is
pushing
like
into
zero
Fedor.
utility.
It's a
Yeah,
bad
that's
decision,
why-
but it's a fun decision, right?
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know. It generally, if I manage
Spending
to
all
take
that
Fedor,
points-
my opponent surrenders. So
Yeah, but unless he has Dimitri and Anna, he wouldn't surrender if he lost Fedor because good shot.
yeah, 2 for 2 on the Prowler. I hate single ITO 96 or like book type units, but that one.
Yep.
Just because when I have one of them, I can't tell you how many times you land the first hit, then you miss the second,
And you
and
miss the second, yeah.
right, and the plane gets out at 1. You're sitting there going, yeah, it'll take him 5 minutes to bring it back in, but it'll still come back in, and that sort of defeats the whole purpose. It's a little bit annoying there. Yeah. So I don't know.
That it's dead basically if you attack move your tanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why did you smoke it off? Oh, never smoke the enemy off if you have the tank advantage. There we go. Come on.
To come around the side, and yeah, I extend the forest again because I'm kind of not the smartest. Now, the thing that I'll say too is I was pretty nervous coming into this. So, you know, that far in the rookie tourney, I had dropped one single game. But keep in mind, this is the second of the best of 5, and I lost the first game pretty hard. I actually surrendered after about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Right, so I was coming directly from a loss, and so when I'm being a little bit cagey here with the M1 mod, with the pave, with all this sort of stuff, I got my proverbial ass handed to me right before this, because there was no break between games. Really, we went game to game to game. The only break I got was, I believe, right before game 3 when I I went to the bathroom. I came back and my cat was jumping around on my keyboard, just sitting there going, okay, well, that's a problem that needs to be solved. And then some other feedback that I got was, if you're gonna bring a pave, bring 2, because 1 alone can't handle this sort of armor. But then I really just got lucky there that the second shot missed. Otherwise, that would be a dead pave. And
oh, good kill on the champion.
yeah, no, that was pretty nice. Yeah. Pushed forward to get it. I was hoping for a side shot there, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, you would have totally got the side shot. Oh,
yep, probably. But the thing is, the Pion was spotted because of the shot of the Chaparral as well. There's a Cobra here. It's not entirely blind. So even though this thing can often be a stealth tank,
yeah. Oh my gosh, you have a BTR 50, you have a Yakari. It's perfect. Just walk them out.
Yeah, no, that would have been nice. Hindsight is very 2020.
Yes.
So, anyway, over in Anna, I just have some Yakari, I have some BTR 50, I have things like that, and these, I believe, are Panzer Yakari 90 that are going to be called forward. And
if you're playing,
go ahead.
You're playing Finland, why don't you just get the Yakari 90 since you have availability bonus anyway?
I was still worried about running out. I often run out of things like militia. I only took 1 card of the Yakari in BTRs. Everything else was either specialist infantry or more expensive infantry.
Right.
This, by the way, was a bit of a mistake. I went for an early cap on Dimitri. I wanted to get a +1.
At the camps? Was that
well,
one?
You'll see. You'll see. So I figured we get in here, we move it. He probably spotted this coming in, and then I didn't want to put it over on the right because I figured he had recon in the town, and that's a 100% chance of getting spotted coming in, right? So it didn't exactly seem like the way to do it. But then I figured, I'll move up some. Probably wouldn't be able to figure out exactly where it is. We do have some engagements now going on this side, but I think Riflemen just lose to Yakari.
I think so, yeah. I'm not sure, but not with that amount. I don't think so. Yeah,
that is going to be... Oh, is that? Yeah, M1 Abrams right there. 2 guns on the top of the model. And some other supporting units here. And this is where a lot of stuff in Han's opener went. So he put, I believe, 2 M1 Abrams and some infantry over there into Anna. Which was... I don't know. I'm not sure it got him that much utility until right now when he's pushing with it. So he did clear out the Yakari. Now I know he has stuff there, though. We have more numbers coming this way, and I wanted to clear this forest. And I think this is another point where it probably shouldn't have done this. Split pushes are very tough. And that's what I was
there's no point pushing Fedor.
Well, this stuff probably should have, other than the spikes and maybe a stealth tank, just moved back, come across this way, and then done a push diagonally into Anna Dimitri.
No, just get the town. You don't even need to fight the forest in Anna. Once you get the town,
but
you get the entire zone.
You get your fire support back here, and then you take the town, and then you just sort of go this way, right? Like that.
Yep.
That works pretty well.
Yeah, to answer your question about bringing 1 or 2 pipes, it always depends on what you're trying to fight against. If you're fighting a single M1A2, yes, double pipe. If you're fighting an M1 Abrams, just 1's fine. Like I think that combo that you brought up to Fedor, that was alright. Like that was a good mix.
Yeah,
it was a good push.
Quicksilver once said that I'm uniquely talented in bringing the wrong unit composition for the job, so it's nice to see anytime that improves even slightly. Here's the Aardvark, and we do get the shot.
No way!
I know.
No way!
I know.
No!
Right on target.
Give that boy a minute. Yeah. Oh, but he gets it. He's still okay. Okay. It's not ideal, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I think
it was about
I-296 got it.
Yeah, 125
points. I-296. Damn.
Well, because you gotta. I mean, he probably wasn't veteran before this. It would have been 1 down hard.
That's good though. That's good. That really is good. Oh, the M1A2 is like ripe for side shot.
It would have been. Yeah.
What is Han doing? Well, is the peon not in range? Hello.
It is not in. Well, the guns are off.
Oh, you no stealth. Why are you switching the guns off of your stealth?
There were a couple of reasons. There were a couple of reasons I really wanted you here for this commentary, and that moment was one of them.
Yeah, why would you? You should never. No.
Because if it got spotted, the M1A2 would eat it for breakfast. That was the whole.
If you side shotted it, the M1A2 would have died to either the spike or the peon.
Yeah, well.
And what makes you think you'd be able to see the peon? It's a stealth tank for a reason. Okay, that one he might be able to see, but the one on the left, no, I don't think so.
But the guns are off here too.
Yeah, what?
Oh man, I needed that laugh. Thank you. It's been a really long day. Okay. So we have Navy SEALs up here.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
What is Han thinking?
Well,
Oh,
so
my God.
there's a train of thought that really likes Navy SEAls, but my understanding
train of
is my understanding is that they're usually best for town work, not forests, and this seems to be exactly why. BTR-50s. I mean, 2 BTR-50s killing a Navy SEALs basically was a little rough, shall we say. In the meantime, I have Yikri around the side, and
Oh, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
we're gonna
No,
make.
they should.
Go ahead.
You should never bring any sort of grenade launcher infantry, like this kind of like the small arms grenade launcher infantry, like Formosa, Navy SEALs. I don't know what else, but
Parapathfinders from
good.
South Africa.
Yeah, like they're good at what they do, but there's no reason to bring them to the deck. There's no reason to bring them to the deck.
Well,
Like
so
they're good, yeah.
There's one case where I bring them and I think it's probably fine, and that's South African Moto, because their recon tab
you have
is
no
so
choice.
weird and like yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't. That's the one deck in specialization where I don't think the grenade launchers actually cost you anything to put in the deck. Like you're not taking them at the expense of anything else. And then if that makes you a little bit better in towns, then fine. And I call out like 1 or 2 maybe a game. I'll call them out for forest if and only if I have something with high anti-tank with it, right? And then
But yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say it's worth it at all. Like it's not. Yeah, no, there's no point. Like you can town fight without the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs cost so much in terms of points, and it costs so much in terms of availability. And the US recon tab is stacked. Like you want to make sure you get as much value out of your recon tab as possible. And Navy SEALs are not value at all.
Yeah, that's fair. I did also want to try, just speaking of a little bit weird units, one of the few options that you get in Finland Armored for anti-air is the marksman. And I wanted to try out the Finnish BMPT, right? Like,
yes.
Also, that really hurt. I think there was a fire in position the last one, and it was pretty deadly.
Yep.
But Finnish BMPT is here.
Yes.
It's going to be trying that out. I was a little afraid of running into M1 Abrams with it because I think they do definitely just mulch it. I have no armor piercing. It's not automatic.
I think it should be one shot. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if not one. Well, I mean, jeez, that's the wrong unit. There we go. 7 frontal armor.
I'm not sure. Depends on how close.
Yeah, it does. Because M1 Abrams is 13 AP. Should be able to survive one shot at range, but forest to forest.
What is Han doing? Han looks like he is losing really badly. I'm just looking at the points that you have, and I'm just guessing like what he has.
Well, do you want to look at his perspective and spin it for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we do that, and we get that he has a lot of reserves kind of farther back in the line.
No, but it's like cheap stuff like riflemen.
Yeah.
This is because of the Navy SEAls. That's why. It's because of the Navy SEAls.
US Marines
the Navy
90
SEAls cost
as well.
him the game.
Like, but then
that's one.
I don't think
one
it's
unit.
that.
Everything else is riflemen. It's all cheap stuff. CS 20 points, Rangers 25.
There's also been a lot of
I
M1
guess you
Abrams.
brought them in the Black Hawk.
Then there's a Paladin.
Yeah, but compared to what you have, okay, like if you count what you have in Fedor right now, right? Like you add that, like that's a lot of points in Fedor, and he has nothing in Fedor.
He has an
like,
M1A2 over
talking
here.
about the whole. Oh, but that's like from the opener. You have an M1 mod, right, from the opener. So it's like,
okay.
It equals itself out. Like, I don't know. It seems like you're winning really hard at this point, but you just have all your points in the wrong places.
Yeah, I do. I for sure do. I couldn't give up on this idea of pushing Fedor. And part of it, honestly, was because Anna is a bit of a hard fight, and I thought, let's, as much as it's tough to split push, let's also try and keep Han reinforcing into 2 different zones. So I was trying to split his attention there just a little bit. Whether or not it works, we'll see. Like, we're 20 minutes in, well, nearly 20 minutes in. HanDHun's at 112 to my 30, and he's ticking +1. And again, I'm coming right off a loss. I was feeling the heat at this moment. I was sitting there going, okay, I need to do...
It's now or never.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, the BMPT! Yes.
More Navy SEALs, but they're out of range. This is the thing that kills me about the Navy SEALs as well. The Stoner 63 is longer range than the Hawk. So...
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Navy SEAls actually almost died in the open.
Yeah, they would have to the Panzer Yekuri if not for the other support.
Wait, does he not have AA? What's the biz going?
Here's the MiG. Here's the MiG.
What's the biz doing? Oh my gosh, there's no AA. Oh wait, there is. Wait, I bet that's a CS. I don't even think that's a PVETS.
It was probably a CS, but yeah, we got stunned.
Yeah, PVETS would have killed that.
Yeah, and then I don't really know what this was. This was sort of just not.
Oh my gosh.
I know, Rara, I know.
It was a waste of clicks.
It
and
was a
points.
waste of
That's
clicks
what
and
it
points,
was.
yes. And my whole thought process was, okay, let's just get over here because I think his CV is somewhere over this way. But then
Yep.
I thought the
Just need a
M1A2.
decap, honestly. You don't really need a.
Well, yeah, and this was me
Right.
establishing that net, right? Because we have hasn't been bought yet. Interesting. I thought I had already purchased one for Fetter, but I thought his M1A2 was over here, and that what was going to happen with this was I was going to basically make it impossible for him to be anywhere in this front section of Fetter. And then comes the cap, right? That was the thought process.
I think you bought the
BNP
CV.
immediately gets hit by a paladin. So, yeah, that was fun.
Dude, that is pretty lucky artillery for the paladin to kill that
Yep.
in like what, 2 shots? Damn.
Single volley. Yeah, no, it's pretty rough.
Should just bought the
BNPs.
CV. Oh, I would not do that. Like that's like way too far to reinforce in case your BNP gets stuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, this was also a bad decision. Like, I don't know. I was making some bad decisions. It's okay. Like, we've thrown away 250 points on command vehicles in the same position. I have one over here that's not really defended, but that hasn't yet been attacked either, right? Because I've killed a fair amount of his stuff in Anna. At one point, we were back here. And if there's one thing that you should be noticing right now about Han, he does tend to be a bit. Oh, lost the pave. That sucks. A bit of a defensive player.
Yep.
And that means that sometimes I make these sorts of moves because I'm not really expecting him to be pushing, probing with this individual combat capable unit all the time. And, you know, it's not always the best assumption. But I thought for right now, just because if that wasn't there, he'd be taking +2, right? We have 18 minutes left in the game. It's 166 to 30. As much of an advantage as you said that I had on the ground earlier, I haven't been able to translate it into points on the board.
Because your points are in the wrong place. If
Yeah.
you had taken all the stuff in Fedor and thrown it into Anna and Dimitri, just get the town. That town is so
It would have
important.
been
I don't know
game,
why
yeah.
I don't know why you guys haven't been fighting over that suicide town. That's like the most important place.
Because
in
it's
the whole
called
of
the
Mudfight.
Suicide Town. You're not even the only one who calls it that. Osama bin Laden calls it the Suicide Town as well, and for very flipping good reason, by the way.
Nighthawk.
Nighthawk against the mod, and
I think the mod. Nope. It's...
1 missile hits. We actually, I think, would have survived both. It's 4 top armor.
Oh, Mimig!
A little too late.
You even bought a Mimig.
I did,
Oh.
yeah. But, you know, I've lost the pave over here. I've lost my Pion PSV over there. The mod's damage. The whole idea for the strategy of make this section untenable for Han has really not worked out. And I
It
still
has
have the
not,
Copa
yeah.
going forward. Right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this was pretty rough. So, had I had the points from those CVs on the ground as well, I think that would have been better. And just take the ground first and then cap it. It actually reminds me...
No, wait. You gotta be specific which ground because you're not supposed to be taking Fedor at all.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that I have Fetter right now. Let me just break your heart a little bit.
Be pushed. Bye bye. Yep. Ouch. Oh!
It actually survived.
Oh!
I was sitting there going, wait, what
Oh!
the hell? But it's the 160 pointer. And it has 7 side armor. I know. Reversing out. No.
Oh my god, you got so lucky.
I
You
did.
got so lucky.
I did. So I've thrown away 400 points in command vehicles. 400. That's so much, you know. It's so much, and
You're even deploying a double super heavy to the left. No,
I know.
don't.
I know I have the
Why
double.
would you even buy a double super heavy in a
Because-
1v1? You shouldn't have a. You should have a super heavy at like.
I got tired of the M1A2, and Finland doesn't have an ATGM plane. There would have been so many opportunities for me to come in here and just smack it with an ATGM plane, like when it was pushing forward earlier toward here, or even when it was in combat, you know, somewhere around this side. I just get it shooting, and then there you go, and that problem's gone, and I keep going. But no, I had to choose Finland Armored, didn't I? I just couldn't help
Yeah.
myself. So there
So
we
much
are.
for counterpick.
Yeah. So much for counterpick indeed. So the Copa's moving back. He fired once, and that's why I moved him back, is because that was definitely spotted. And we've seen
I don't
Aardvarks
think
come
you would
out
have
before.
seen it as a CV though.
I'm not
Might
sure.
not have.
And I... Oh, this was goofy.
Oh!
Thank you for the hemp.
Oh my god, can you imagine if you had spent all your points instead of going and trying to like walk your way into Fedor, if you had just spent it on Dimitri and Anna,
Yeah,
game is
no,
yours.
yeah, that probably would have been, but you know, live and
No,
learn.
I think definitely would have been.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
At
we
least
have
now
some
you
nice
gotta
supplies.
resupply the Panzer Yakari.
Yeah, I've turned it off just because I was feeling a little bit spiteful here.
Oh!
Yep. Come on.
Let's resupply
I
now.
wasn't microing them. This was already moved. I wasn't microing it. I was doing other things. I was getting resupply in here. I wanted the spikes up.
Fair
I wanted
enough,
all
fair
this
enough,
stuff.
fair enough.
The mods are coming over. At this point, I've looked at Fedor and I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to do what I probably should have done a while ago, because I have 200 points to make up, 14 minutes to do it. A +1 gives you 150 points every 10 minutes. I need about 12, 13 minutes of +1 tick, and I've got 14 minutes to accomplish that. So
You need a +2, basically.
yeah, pretty much. I need a +2 for about a minute in order to make it secure, because that's just to tie. That's not even to win, right?
Yep.
So that's just to tie, to get even. Not looking great. Not looking great. And I had such high hopes for this after the beginning as well, just because I felt like we really got a lot of...
I did too. I did too.
Sorry to raise your hopes and then dash them against a rock, Rara, but, you know, needs must. So, Alouette is being a little bit cheeky. I shouldn't have gone directly over the town. This was kind of a bonehead
Yeah.
move, but I was looking for...
But like right next to the town, I think it would have been really good.
Yeah, but the Panzer
Yeah,
Yakari over here, they've gotten a kill now, I think, on something, and that did stop the recap on Anna, so at least we've stopped the bleed, right? But there is another CV headed up that way. I need to clear more space in Dimitri. Now we have Charioteers. I mean, look at this. Look at how few points this is. There's a couple of Charioteers and some BTR 50s, and yeah.
Once you get Suicide Town, you can actually put a CV there, like where the Charioteers are at.
Fun fact, too. The Charioteer survived that because it's light rifleman.
Yeah.
So the second I saw that it survived a hit, I was sitting there going, I know what that is. It's not entirely scary.
I mean, USA doesn't have ATGM teams anyway, right? Like the only thing they get is light rifle. Oh my god, yes.
M1A2.
Yes.
First
yes.
spike.
Disappear.
First hit.
Okay. Disappear. Come on.
I'm not sure if you noticed or not, to be honest. I really... And then
Does
I
he
was
break Lannis?
terrified.
Oh my gosh. Good.
Yep.
Good. Okay,
1, 2, down it
okay,
is.
okay.
One mod, second
Okay.
mod, BMP, Panzer
You should just
Yakari.
stop the BM. Yeah. If I was Han, I'll be shitting bricks right now.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the offensive,
M1
right?
Abrams did. What's that?
Something over there. I'm not entirely sure. Let's take a look. Just a 5-point box. Yeah. So this also is a little terrifying. One Panzer Yakari against 10 rifle.
In that patch. Oh.
I have a KT on the way. Yeah, he'll sit right up
my
there.
mod,
And,
yeah.
you know, hopefully do some stuff. But we have a counter cap now in Dimitri. We are ticking +1. Anna's counter capped again, which really kind of pissed me off a little. But
Come on, kill the Nighthawk. Come on, it has
Miss.
to. Ah.
swing and a miss. You know, this is one of those things where I could have bought another. Oh, Meme Mig was a little too late. I could have bought another if I hadn't wasted 400 points on command vehicles. So,
It's fine. Yeah, no. Oh my gosh, 1v1. Yeah, sometimes you gotta mix and match with like other stuff. But oh shit.
but at least the mod is still alive, right?
I
Like, that's the
can't believe
second
you missed
Nighthawk
2
strike.
shots.
Yep.
I can't believe you missed
That'll
2
mean
shots.
it'll come in probably 2 more times in the rest of this game. Just based
If you
off
had
the...
hit, yeah, if you had hit it even once, it doesn't come in anymore. I think.
It would have come in with about 2 minutes left, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Sure, but you have 2 M1 mods, so that's all right.
Yeah, right. So I have a
Did he
mod, I
just
have a
lose the
Pion.
longbow? Did he only have 1 longbow?
I don't know. We haven't seen a second. He probably figured I would just dive it again, and I think the Hilo Hunter has 3 or 4 kills and is still alive.
Finally, see the fucking tackle. Oh my god, please, if he hit... Oh my gosh, you
It's
can't
alive.
see the tackle anymore.
Yep, it's
know,
alive. I can't see
yeah,
it. This was a fire on position, by the way. Boom. Got
Oh,
the
did
kill.
you get it?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a fire in
Nice,
position. I was just like, okay,
okay.
that
Good
cannot
shot,
get out.
good shot.
That cannot get out. So we have a +1, 10 minutes left. It's not good enough. I need a +2. I need to clear Anna.
Just use the KT, right? Just use the KT.
What
I
KT?
bet he doesn't have A. Oh, he has A. Okay.
He has
Never mind.
a.
I guess
There's
that's
a
what
pivads
defense.
back there, yeah. So that was the plan, right? That was definitely the plan. And then it doesn't really seem to be a good plan at the moment. But, you know,
Oh wow, you one-tap the M1 Abrams.
yeah, the mod is good. I know people hate it sometimes because of the 40% stabilizer, And yeah, it does make it less good in maneuver warfare type things. But even a lot of the just heavy tank on heavy tank, this was spotted and I left it there, which was kind of dumb on my
Yeah,
part.
I know. I was gonna say something, but I realized it's a replay, so you can't do anything
No, I
about
can't
it
move it right now. And then I just threw some stuff over there because why not? But the thing about it is when you're doing those, I mean, you're a super heavy tank player in multiplayer games, right? In team games. Does the stabilizer matter all that much with good smoke micro?
Yes, it does.
Fair
Because
enough.
if you need to, I mean, it always matters. Like, it doesn't. It's not like the be all and end all, but like it does matter to a large degree. And M1 mod is one of the worse, not as good super heavies. in
Lower
the game.
tier.
Yeah, lower tier, but like it still gets the job done. Still
I
gets the
always
job
just
done.
I like the high base accuracy and high AP for 165. Like it just if I attack move, I always feel like that gives me some advantage because I don't have to necessarily keep charging in order to engage. Right?
Yep.
So that at least is the thought. I guess it does matter more than I think, but you know, again, rookie tournament, not anything else. And to whoever else joined us on the Discord, I can't quite see at the moment, but hello, how you doing, man?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so we're just gonna finish up the replay. I've got about 8 minutes or so left. This one does go to time, so we'll see how it goes. I didn't have enough infantry up here, but I have both mods. One of them has been healed up a little bit, but I was just trying to get both guns online, and then more infantry forward. It occurred to me earlier, I probably should have. Well, it occurred to me I probably should have gotten recon infantry here with that previous push.
You should have taken the town. You've barely fought over the town. Oh
Well,
my
no,
gosh,
I had
yeah.
infantry in there. They got cleared out, I think.
Oh, you did? Yeah. No, you made them walk up in front. I don't know why you didn't want to stay.
I was trying to kill the M1 Abrams. I was trying to get the M1 Abrams to fire so I could kill it with the mod. That was the reasoning. But
Nighthawk again.
yep. But we get the turbine failure. We get a lot of damage in from the marksman, and that I think will be the last time it comes in this game. So that's at least worth something. And then trying to clear Anna, right?
Yeah.
With almost 8 minutes left, a +2 does get me there. And this +2 is actually because
Smoke the damn thing.
Yeah. Well,
Where's his recon even? Like, I guess it's at the edge of the. Oh, you know what? Yeah, just let the paladin keep shooting at it.
Yep. I was just trying to smoke off line of sight from the woods. That's all I was doing. So, you know, best decision.
Smoke
Maybe
it off
not.
for the rest of the game. You'll be fine.
With what mortar?
Oh.
Yeah. I had this one on another hotkey, and it was smoking over here, and I didn't realize that the smoke had faded until an M1 Abrams.
This is what you should have
chasing.
done like 10 minutes into the game. Put the spikes in the damn town. You lock down the whole of Dimitri and Anna.
Yeah, I mean, we will get some nice value out of them now, but it's a little too
It's
late.
way too late.
So, we have CC, we have spikes, we have BTRs, we have 2 mods, we have the marksman, Panzer Yak-90. This is formidable, and I'm just hoping to find that CV so I can clear it out, because, I mean...
It was a Jeep, right? I think.
That didn't last very long. I'm actually not sure if it was a Jeep or not. I saw the Blackhawk, but it's the wrong Veteran C. It's Veteran C3. So that's not a Command Infantry Jeep. But, you know, I'm diving it anyway, because why not? The MiG had a pretty good run until then.
Oh my gosh. He's so much
It wouldn't have mattered. If I evac'd that, it still would have turned the same way. And still would have died. But, you know.
Aardvark. Oh my gosh, it's the cluster Aardvark.
It is the cluster Aardvark. Down vetted. You get a couple of them in USA.
MiG, turn, shoot.
1, 2.
Come on.
Yeah,
Son of
only
a-
one hit. We actually took him down with
Oh,
either
well.
the marksman or the nose cannon. I'm not entirely sure.
Please don't tell me you lost both of them. Oh, okay.
Just one. So I still
That's
have the
still
other one
suck.
here.
You should have
and-
moved the mods like perpendicular to the.
Yeah. I can't tell you how much I wish I'd just done this at like the 5-minute mark.
Yeah. Me too.
So- Well, you know,
Oh my
there's no
gosh,
way to
the
know it's a bad
BNPP.
strategy until you've either done it or had someone tell
No,
you.
this no. What do you mean? Like this is like this is a bad strategy. Full stop. Like when has this ever worked?
No. That wasn't what I said. Was there's no way to know until you've either done it or had someone tell you. You have to.
You mean no one's told you this before?
I mean, someone has, but
There we go.
hey, look, I do my best to listen as much as I can, and I think the results of that have been pretty good for me. I mean, you taught me a lot more about super heavy tanks, but I am not quite as good with it as you are, because there's a difference between being told how to do something and really truly owning it. So I didn't see that, by the way. I was looking over here, trying to micro the super heavy
fair
away
enough,
from
fair
whatever
enough,
was
yeah.
in this. But there's a difference between being told it and really owning it as a concept. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you could just be told something and really just know how to do it right away, school would be easy, right?
Yeah.
Work would be easy, because anytime someone tells you a new concept, you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, there we go. You know, differential equations up. I was awake in
Got
class.
it.
It's a breeze.
Yeah.
And that's just not how life works sometimes. So, you know, we do our best, and sometimes when you're bringing a goofy deck like this one, it makes you think you can bend the rules a little bit too, and that's not always
Oh!
true. Yep, Rangers.
Oh! He's going for it.
He is,
Yeah,
and
just walk
I
away.
had to
He's
move. We're
going
down to 0-0 because
forcing you to decamp. Yeah.
I know. 60-point difference. 4 minutes left. You get 15 points a minute at a +1. That's exactly 60.
He did switch off the 50 cal on the Humvee.
Did he? Oh yeah, no.
He didn't.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. That's part of how I saw
I gotta
what it
shoot.
was. So,
Artillery.
what was I thinking here?
Huh?
That's a meme mig.
Did
Oh,
you
I was gonna
keep
gun
on-
run it.
Did it work?
No.
I did not work.
I right-clicked instead of fire in position. So, yeah, I didn't actually gun run it. But I kind of wish that I had. This was really annoying. His Rangers killed, I think, 2 different KTs and an Alouette. And the KTs definitely should have been able to do decently well there. But going after the Nighthawk,
Oh, the Nighthawk actually did come out with one.
yep, and we got him. So I had forgotten about that at the time, but yeah, you know, even the damage to meme mig, there's a reason it's called that. It's pretty goofy. One thing I wish I had done instead, though, was this a little earlier for that Jeep, because it cannot run far enough, fast enough to get out of the way of that Avia when that bomb comes
Yeah.
down. So,
Would that have made a difference if you were counting like points?
well, we're at a +1 right now. This will bring us up to a +2. That's 30 points a minute still. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. 30 points a minute is decent, you know.
If he
But
doesn't kill you, Richard, if he doesn't kill you.
yep, there's the Rangers.
You missed the BTR
50.
50.
I turned
You
off the
run out
Grom.
of ammunition.
Turned on the Grom right there, and we do stun him. But I actually
Oh.
should have stayed
Why
put and just fired
Why
again.
is the BTR 50? Why is the BTR 50 not moving?
It's out of gas.
Oh,
It's been
that's
out of
why.
gas for most of the game. That
Fair
double
enough.
stack of BTR 50s got there early on and then just stayed there ever since, and there was nothing they could do about it. And man, it really hurt my soul. I really wanted them to move, and they wouldn't. And oh man, this game had so many ups and downs for me. I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, I'm gonna lose. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I can win. Oh, you know, there's just enough time to pull off a victory here. Double Hawk, by the way, looking for the Rangers. And here is insult to injury. Look at these Rangers right here.
Did you miss? Oh no.
Overshoot.
Oh no.
And just because I wanted good spread, undershoot.
No.
Yep. So, you know, that's both of them, right? Another
Yeah.
Helo Hunter looking for the DAP. And the Helo Hunters have really, I think, been a saving grace in this game as well, because there was just so much value that they got. But it just, I wasn't able to capitalize on. This is the definition of just use your tools better. I think, honestly, from both sides a little bit as well, right? So if there had been protection for some of those helicopters, next thing you know, I start losing MiGs. And those are expensive, and the helicopters stay. And that's a big swing in points. And particularly with Han being able to pick off so many of my command vehicles, that would have been a really big change. But it's not one that we saw.
He sees it.
He
He
saw
sees
it
the
coming.
heavy. Oh.
Yep.
Radar buff.
But the goofy thing is
Bullshit.
that gave me a couple ticks at
Notice one
+2.
thing, please, there for a second on the left.
Yeah.
The M1 killed your CV tank in the further
Yes.
a couple of minutes ago, and at that moment you had only one wounded T-55 in that thin T-shaped forest just above this one.
Yeah.
So if HanDHun would have straight away sent the M1 further, he would have killed that T-55 that is now gone, and you didn't have that one at that moment. Imagine the damage that he would have done to you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Especially because I had no ATGM plane to kill it. That would have been a big swing. As it is, 7 seconds left in the game. Sorry for the weird zoom. 215 to 213, we tied. Game 2 of the
Ah,
tourney, and it's a tie. So,
Should not have been a tie. Not at all.
yeah, I mean, when
Oh,
you keep in mind I threw away 400 points in command vehicles and still came up about 300 points above, I really think there
no,
was
that's terrible. You should never. No, no, no. Like 400 points in command vehicles thrown away. That is bad.
It
Full
is.
stop.
It is. It is. But if that hadn't have happened, just think about the points gap in the late game, right? If those had been functional unit buys instead of things that just died for nothing, and Spike teams did amazing. That's the one that got the M1A2, a couple of M2A2 Bradleys as well. Just a lot of good value from some pretty cheap stuff. The Charioteers made my day with that, but I just couldn't make the right decisions sometimes, and that has a
And I
cost.
also think because Han didn't buy AA, you should just plain spammed him. Like if he's not gonna buy AA, make him pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, an Avia earlier on would have punished a lot of stuff over on the right. That's true.
Yeah.
The Ito
Like if you
96, look at that.
yeah, that was a good one. No, if you like you send in the biz and you realize your biz doesn't even get shot at, it's time to buy more planes.
Yeah,
If your
that's
biz
fair.
does dives a helo, yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be all we've got for you guys today. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll be back with the third game in the series. Current score: 1 win to Han, 1 tie, 0 wins for me. Best of 5 with 3 games remaining, and we'll have the next one for you in 2 days after Community Cast tomorrow.